All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Destination Unknown channel. All right, this is part 2 of how the U.S. car companies are managing against Chinese in the Philippines. This is Ford. We saw Chevy. Ford has a few models and a lot of different trim levels, which is surprising. So as we said before, 1 million pesos equals about 16,000. And I went to the Ford dealership and I looked at their cars, and that was before they had the top choice, the Territory. They didn't have that in stock. But those are pretty competitively priced. The Geely still beats it out as far as plug-in hybrids. These are just standard hybrids, but those seem to be nice from what I've seen. But where they really fall off the game is you do see Fords here. I don't know if I've seen a Territory, but I have seen a lot of Everests, and I've seen a lot of Raptors. Maybe a Ford Explorer. I've never seen a Mustang here. And again, this is a third world country, the Philippines, and the average salary is really low. So I don't know why they need all these choices of Everests that are 2 million and above. The Territory will probably sell well for them. The Raptors, I don't know, but they do have some affordable trucks. Look at that one down at the bottom, 2.0 XLS turbo 6-speed manual. Automatic transmission for 1.3. That's a nice price. That's a cheaper price than you can get a truck in the U.S. So keep that in mind. Like, it can be done. They just aren't doing it in America because they're not forced to do it. Here, they're forced to have some lower prices. They've got to have models that are lower prices. Now, again, they don't have the Ford Fiesta or any economy small car. They're not even trying to compete on the small cars. But look at how many different Ford Mustangs they're offering. Okay, so they got the 3 standard Mustangs that are 3.5, 4 million. And then they've got the electric car, the Mach-E. It's just, I don't really know who they're expecting to buy those vehicles. That's way too much money. The local population is not going to be able to afford that. Maybe a few people here and there, but there's really poor charging infrastructure. There's often brownouts here. I don't see how a Mach-E would work. And you're going short distances. You don't even really need the full battery of a Mach-E. But you know, you could buy it. You could buy it here, and you can get a 5.0. You know, a legit real Mustang, not an electrified Mustang. So there's how they're competing with the Chinese here. They're basically just giving up. They're hoping on their brand recognition. They've got one model of the standard. It's like a little mini SUV, kind of like the Edge. What'd they get rid of? Not the Edge. The shit. I just draw a blank. But they got the cheaper trucks down here too. What the fuck is that? My parents just bought one. Plug-in hybrid. Anyways, they don't have that here. Just like they got rid of it in the U.S., they don't have it here. They got this Territory thing. So that's how they're competing here. Now, the pièce de résistance of this conversation. Check this shit out. Mini. You can buy a Mini here. You better bring your checkbook. This standard all electric Mini Cooper is actually cheaper than the standard Mini Cooper. Look at this standard Mini Cooper. 3.6 million. That is absolute highway robbery. 61,000 US dollars. And you want a John Cooper Works? You're paying. You're paying. I don't know what the difference is between the one for 3.9 and the one for 4.4. Maybe a 4-wheel drive. I don't know. But 63K for the 4-door Mini. They got the convertibles, more expensive. And then these little bigger ones, whatever these bigger ones are, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But let me tell you something. In the Philippines, the roads are absolute garbage. I mean, bumpy upon bumpy. It's really, they're really, really bad. Unless you're on the highway, and even on the highway, they're pretty bad. Even on paid highways, toll highways, they can be pretty bad. So Mini Cooper, tiny car, known for performance and all that kind of stuff. Nope, not for me. No way. No way I'm doing anything here that's going to be like performance enhanced ride or anything like that. And not, especially not for $61,000. Who do they think is going to buy this? What are they going to sell? 10 a year? Nobody's going to buy a Mini unless they want that flash. But I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't know what they're thinking. But they think this is Dubai. This ain't Dubai. People don't have money for this kind of stuff. Even people that do have money for this kind of stuff, they ain't gonna buy no Mini. You're out of your freaking mind, because it rides like garbage. It rides like a go-kart. Yeah, they're fun to drive for the first day or two. Then you better get a kidney belt. Riding on these roads, it would just annoy the crap out of you. But anyways, so there's some more car markets for you. Mini, may as well just hang it up. I don't see them selling more than 10, 15 cars a year. Ford, they seem to be doing okay, but they think they got a lock on the premium market, and they don't. The Chinese cars are going to come in here like this Territory hybrid for 1.4 or 1.6. I can get a plug-in hybrid for that for 1.4. That's the premium plug-in hybrid from Geely for 1.4. That's full sunroof, heated and cooled seats. We don't need heat here, but like plug-in hybrid, I can go 100 kilometers, battery alone. This is just a standard hybrid. So I don't know. That's how they're competing. Chevy has maybe a model or two you might want to choose. Ford, maybe a model or two you might want to choose. But basically, kind of what Honda said in the news today, they said basically they can't compete with the Chinese. Once the Chinese gets their parts supply, warranty supply, all that stuff straightened out, and they're making quality vehicles that last and people know they can last, it's over for the Japanese models. It's pretty much what Honda said. They can't compete. So for as long as the US can keep the Chinese cars out, they will, but they're going to start manufacturing Chinese cars in the US. That's what I think is going to happen, and they're still going to win. So that's what we got for today. A little Ford action, a little Mini action. Mini may as well hang it up. All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. See ya. Bye.